Here we are then. Meet the member with Dawn Wills. Hello, Dawn. How are
Hi,
you?
Kate. Good to see you.
I'm so excited to be on this Meet the Member or Member Spotlight with Dawn today. So, just a quick intro, I'm the Regional Director of the Athena Network in Bedfordshire and St Albans. So, two different areas where we have six groups. And Dawn's actually a member of our Bedfordshire group, which has the intention of staying virtual, even when some of our other groups might have gone back in person. And Dawn joined when we launched back in October. So she's part of that founding member group, which is brilliant. And so what we're doing today is finding out a little bit more about Dawn and sharing that with the wider community, because I think that's really important. And also just to say, honestly, especially with Dawn here, the caliber of women that we have in our networking groups. So I'm going to dive right in. Dawn, tell us, what does your business do and how does it help people?
Okay. Well, Decisions Marketing is a marketing company, and my role is to help businesses to feel more confident in getting their message across, and in doing that, to secure more business, whether that's from new contacts or from people that they already know. So, in a nutshell, that's what it is. And I like to think that how I do that slightly differently is that I'm very holistic. So it's not just digital, although digital is obviously a big part of everyone's marketing toolkit, if you like. But I look more holistically than that. So sometimes offline is a good solution for people, and often it's a mix. So it's just looking at the bigger picture and finding out what works best for that individual business, for their target audience, and for the message that they need to get across to help people to choose them.
Absolutely. I think there's definitely a place for the offline stuff, especially in the last year. People
Yeah.
have really started to appreciate something coming through the door, for example, if it's an existing client set. I know that's something I've been
Yeah,
doing.
and things like, for example, local parish magazines are so cost effective to go into. And if it's a localized business, it works really well. I was talking to a client yesterday who's got 3 new clients from her local parish magazine. And often, because you're supporting it with advertising, they'll help you with editorial as well. So there's a bit of snobbery sometimes about these titles, but they can be very, very effective.
Yeah, and I guess there's a lot of getting over yourself if you feel, oh, I don't want to be in the magazine or a newspaper. It's like I'm showing off kind of thing. So I had that struggle when I
Mm.
was finalist for business awards. It's like, oh, I'm not going to put myself in the paper again. Because but actually it's a feel good story. People want to see it, and they probably either didn't see the one before or forgot it's me. So
And often we feel uncomfortable shouting about ourselves,
we
and
do.
that's where I can help. I can sort of pull out the really good stuff and shout about it for people, so it feels more comfy for them.
I like that, definitely. So how did you start your business? What's your background? I know this has been a long journey for you.
Well, it has. I originally started actually in accounts and banking, funnily enough. And through the qualifications I was doing, I had like a free subject, if you like, where I could choose anything. I'd done the core areas that I needed for my qualification. I could choose something else. So I went to marketing, and I went to the marketing lecture, and I still remember to this day sitting in the lecture theatre and having that light bulb moment and saying, this is what I want to do. This is fantastic. They put an advert up. It was actually of the Diet Coke cowboy. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
Can't think why he's stuck in my mind. But it was like, this is why we've chosen this model. This is why we've used this font, these colours, this layout. And I thought, wow, I was really blown away. And I went into work the next day and I said, I want to work in marketing. And they said, don't be so silly, you're not qualified. Go away and get qualified. And if you pass, then we'll pay for it and we'll find you a job in marketing. And this was British Gas at the time, and they were amazing. I did go away and get my marketing qualifications. They stuck to their word. They paid. They reimbursed me for the course, and then they put me on a graduate training program for marketing. And I spent 6 months in each of the key departments. And then after all of that, they didn't quite know what to do with me, and they said, "We're going to send you to Leicester, Dawn." And I just bought my first flat, and life was brilliant. And I thought, I don't want to go there. And I thought, actually, if I'm in marketing, I can work with anybody. And I thought I'd rather try working for myself in Hertfordshire, knowing London's on the doorstep if I need a job. And so I started up in that way to avoid relocation. But also, I'd had some experiences where I saw people doing well because they had the gift of the gab, and then other people who were actually really, really good at what they did were floundering because they didn't know how to shout about themselves. And that just felt very wrong to me. And that's where I thought, actually, I can help with that. And it was actually really good to start up my own business, first of all, because I'd had budgets of millions, literally, for British Gas. So it was very good for me to start my own business and realise that every pound counts. And that's still a philosophy that sits with me today when I'm working with clients. Every pound counts. So it's got to be as best value as possible.
Oh, because you've got your accountant hat on as well as your marketing hat, so it all
Yeah,
comes
I
together.
like
And
numbers.
you've started your own small business, so which is
Yeah.
not small anymore. And I love that, because then that means you've been able to sit in that position. And I guess that means you've got quite a broad experience in terms of being able to help a larger company understand that budget control aspect, and then also a smaller company that might be shying away from marketing or putting themselves out there or buying networking membership because they're like, oh, I just need to, I don't know about you, but the classic one I get is I need to earn some money first and then I'll put myself out there. And
Yeah.
it's chicken and egg. It's really tricky. You kind
Mhm.
of put your faith in it, haven't you? And it will
And
come
most
back.
people start their business because they're passionate about what they're doing for their business, not because they want to do all the back office bit or the promotion bit.
Finance.
And that's the bit that comes with it and is so essential. So it's nice to be able to help out with that.
Absolutely, and help them from the beginning. I love that. And then you're able to be part of that journey from day one and be part of the identity. And it's much easier, I would assume, to help someone from the beginning rather than sort of learning I mean, you can do both, you're really qualified and experienced, but being part of that journey from day one must be lovely.
Oh, it's really rewarding, not just financially, but rewarding to see businesses grow and to see the confidence grow and to see the results coming in is brilliant.
Fantastic. So why did you join Athena? When we first spoke, we were introduced by one of my fabulous members, Sally Greenwood, and who you know through networking. I remember I'm looking at the patio I was walking up and down on when we were having a chat, it was warm, I remember. So it was sort of August, September, wasn't it? Or even, it was quite a bit before the launch, wasn't it? And so what appealed to you? Why did you join Athena?
Well, I decided I wanted to broaden my networking because the networking I've been involved with was very localised to me. And with everything that happened over the last year, suddenly your horizons are much wider. It's not just about going to a local venue and meeting local people. And my good friend and client, Sally Greenwood, had said to me right from the beginning, actually, even before about visiting and joining, she said how impressed she'd been with the support that had come out from Athena once we went into lockdown. So I already had that in the back of my mind. And I think over the sort of March to sort of June sort of time, I realised that actually this online networking thing actually does work. And I think there was a little bit of hesitation for me when I first went into it, because I thought it's all very well the people I've met before, but what about when new members come into groups? But actually, I found it absolutely fine to build rapport and connections online. We've all got used to it now. So when the virtual only group started, I thought this is just perfect. It's a really nice combination. And I'm really, really pleased. I knew from the launch meeting, I knew it was going to be right for me. And the people in the group are just fantastic. It's just such a good network of support. You can ring up and have just a bit of a chat. But on the other hand, it's very business focused as well. And that side of it was important for me as well. It's good to have the support network, but at the end of the day, you're there for your business as well.
Yeah.
So to have that balance is really important. Even little things like having the call to action each month, which I know I need to work better on. That's something that I think is really good, that just helps to focus everyone to be able to help you.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I've got a lot out of it.
We provide the framework, but at the end of the day, it's the members who bring what they have to the table, and it's leveraging it and doing every part of the way, playing your part in every part of the meeting. And yeah, and then I guess I'm a little accountability buddy in terms of your call to actions and stuff. So, what do you like? What have you got from membership networking, whether it's Athena or otherwise?
I think definitely the support network, that's really important. When I first started, it makes me sound old as the hills, but networking wasn't around. There were no formal networking groups. Informally, my networking was the gym. But there wasn't a networking group to go to. So I found that it's very valuable from that point of view, because you've got suppliers and contacts, people you can ring up to if you just need to sound off, or sometimes you think, well, I've got this dilemma or I'm in this situation, somebody in the group will be able to help. So it's really good to get the referrals and the business side of it. And I think one of the things is not just looking at the people in the room from the business potential, it's who those people know. It's such a wider network than the people in the room or on the screen in our case. So from that point of view, it's the balance, I think, which is really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you about the virtual side of things. It's same here, you know, we had to move everything online last year, but we didn't know if, you know, what it was going to be like, and obviously really pleasantly surprised that actually we're all in the same boat, so we just crack on. And, you know, yes, we can meet individually in person, absolutely, but, you know, it doesn't mean it's not as effective. And, you know, you can, like you say, you can have clients further afield now. So what tips do you have for any woman looking to start their own business, apart from get your marketing in order?
Well, my first tip would come from my marketing hat on, actually, and that would be to approach your business through the eyes of your customer. Because often we'll look at whether it's our branding or whether it's what we say we can do. If we do it from what we like, it's not necessarily right for the target audience. So it's looking to them and saying what would be appealing to them, what's going to be right for them. So I would look at that when you're building up your offering, whether it's products or services, and how you talk about what you do, how you present what you do. I think that's really important. And the other thing that I would say, and this is something that I got wrong at the beginning, I was so optimistic about how quickly the money would come in. So I would say, don't beat yourself up. It is going to take a bit of time. I honestly thought that I would be up and running after 6 months, and I was on my own paying the mortgage, and I suddenly realized that actually, no, that's not going to work. So I started teaching exercise classes because it's something I was qualified to do. I could set up very quickly and earn some money very quickly. And I started doing that to complement the marketing business as that was growing. And at first, it kind of felt a little bit like a failure, thinking I've got to go and do something else first of all. But actually, it's not. It was still putting that time and attention into the marketing side of it. And the fitness stuff was all in the evening at the weekend. So it didn't clash with it. It just made me feel more comfortable that I had enough money coming in while the marketing was growing. So I would say, don't be too harsh on yourself. And also, not everybody is going to like what you offer. So some people will say no, but don't take it personally. And please sort of get yourself back out there again, because then you're that step closer to somebody who's going to say yes. And it's easy, particularly if you're working on your own, to sometimes take that knock and think, oh, I don't think I better pick up the phone anymore, or something like that. And it's important to keep going and maybe incentivize yourself and just have that little reward that you can do when you get to a certain point. I'm a big believer in that, because no one else is going to pat you on the back if you work on your own. So it's nice to have that incentive.
I love that tip, because so often something I say to people, whether it's working with me in my other business or they've just started their own business, is a bank manager, when they look at your numbers, they're going to expect a new business to either be in debt or not have much profit after 1 year. So why after 6 months are you trying to tell yourself whether it's working or not? And something a colleague of mine says is, you can't average off of a small number. So if you've spoken to, say, 5 to 10 prospective clients, and you've hit a wall, it doesn't necessarily mean that what you're doing isn't working. You just haven't spoken to the right people yet, or they're, you know. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so what's next for you in your business to wrap up, and what call to action would you have for the lovely people watching?
Okay, thank you. The next thing for me, I'm actually developing a new package, which is really exciting, which is all around social media. And it's a review and sort of getting everybody up and running and content, and making sure that it's structured towards their target audience, and that it's using the right channels at the right times, etc. So that's a new package that I'm putting together, just underway. So that's what's next really for that. And the call to action is just, if anybody would like to have a chat about their marketing, just to review where they are and just some tips, I'm very happy to have a one-to-one. There's no obligation or commitment involved. and then I can talk about the options moving forward if they would like to. And the best way to reach me is on 07711 067 587, or have a look at the website, which is decisionsmarketing.co.uk.
That's fabulous. And what we can do is, wherever you sit, this will be on a few different platforms, and you can comment to add all your links and things.
Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah.
Which is great. Awesome. So thank you so much, Dawn, for your time. It's been really, I've really enjoyed this chat.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you. And so for everyone watching, you know how to connect with Dawn. For me, you can click wherever you saw this and get in contact with me. But we'd love to, if you haven't visited an Athena meeting before, we'd love to meet you. Even if you have visited one before, let's have a chat. And maybe you haven't experienced our online format yet, so you're welcome to come back and look at that. So take care and stay well. And Dawn, I will see you very soon.
Will do. Thank you, Kate. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.